Glioblastoma, one of the deadliest forms of brain cancer. An estimated 12,000 new cases are diagnosed each year in the United States alone. Average survival after diagnosis, 9 to 18 months. Research at the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center is changing the prognosis for these patients. One approach has focused on Delta 24, a common cold virus engineered to infect and kill brain tumor cells.
We've been focusing on developing new models so that we could better understand the way the Delta 24 is working.
Dr. Frederick Lang and his team have begun the second part of a clinical trial with Delta 24. Tom Bress is one of the patients in that trial. He was diagnosed with glioblastoma at the age of 53.
You kind of get to, how do I prepare myself for the worst thing that can happen? My rule has always been, expect the worst, hope for the best. Can you imagine anything worse than just, you can't do anything but sit around and die a quick death? I think the fact that you have a battle you can fight, wow, that is awesome. I mean, I love having a chance to fight something. That still means you very well may not get anything like that, but you get a chance.
Delta 24 is currently delivered through the skull into the patient's tumor. But researchers have been searching for a way to improve that delivery system. The answer may lie in using stem cells from a patient's bone marrow to move the virus into the brain.
The thing we're most excited about is using mesenchymal stem cells. We've been working on this now for 4 or 5 years. The last 6 months we've made a big jump. We've essentially completed a clinical trial protocol. That protocol has been organized in conjunction with the stem cell transplant group here, Dr. Elizabeth Schwal, to develop these stem cells that we're going to use as a potential way to deliver the virus.
The beauty of mesenchymal stem cells is that they are attracted to fibrous tumors around the glioma, and so when you infuse them, they actually might get into the tumor and swim through, and if they have the virus in it, they will liberate the virus as they move.
One of the ways Delta 24 kills brain tumors is by activating the body's immune system. But researchers don't yet understand why the virus has worked in some patients and not in others.
What is it about their immune system that's different from the people who didn't respond? So Dr. Foyo, who's one of our collaborators, has actually tried to study this in a mouse model. He's been able to show that the virus actually can activate the immune system and make the immune system see the tumor as foreign.
We are modifying the virus to direct the immune system of the patient against the tumor from the first moment of the infection.
While glioblastoma is one of the most aggressive forms of brain cancer, it's also one of the most underfunded cancers. The Broach Foundation for Brain Cancer Research is fighting to change that. The organization was founded in 2011 by James and Jamie Broach, after James was diagnosed with glioblastoma. James had hoped to grow the foundation into a legacy he could share with his 3 sons one day.
To see the projects we funded and how they're helping other people, to see the patients that have been helped by Delta 24, and knowing that those patients might not have been able to receive that treatment in the time that they did without the money coming in for research is really exciting and makes you feel good.
For Broach Foundation board member Trey Black, finding a cure is a very personal mission. His brother Travis was diagnosed with glioblastoma.
I told people from the very beginning I was doing this from a very selfish standpoint, that I wanted to be able to fund some research to where it might save Travis's life.
Travis was successfully treated with Delta 24 before his cancer returned. He lost his battle in August of 2013, just days before James Broach's death to the same disease.
I have 2 young nephews. James has his 3 boys, and you just hate seeing those families disrupted by a disease like this.
Finding a cure for glioblastoma depends on philanthropy. Last year, the Broach Foundation pledged $5 million to support further glioblastoma research at MD Anderson.
Our team of cancer-fighting experts is dedicated to rapidly translating important insights into things that make a difference in the clinic for our patients. And none of it would be possible without vital philanthropic support, the kind of support that we got from the Broach Foundation. Their generous financial commitment is going to advance glioblastoma research, and that is going to make a huge difference in the lives of countless patients, not just today, but for generations to come.
The Broach Foundation has also expanded its funding to other glioblastoma projects. Dr. Jen Hu is investigating how a new protein he discovered drives brain tumor formation.
It's very critical for us to perform the necessary experiments, and I think the Broach Foundation provides a great funding resource for us.
We're making progress. We're working hard as we can, but we have a long way to go. And without the support of funding, all of our ideas will not come to fruition.
James Broach didn't live to see his dream to find a cure become reality. But the passion that drove him to make a difference in the lives of glioblastoma patients lives on.
I think when people hear James's story, when they know how selfless he was, and to see an example of someone who handled it with such grace as James did, I think it inspires people. I think they look around and say, what can we do to help?
I've said James Broach is a saint, and in many ways he is. Because of what he's done, it's very likely that a lot of people are going to be helped. And that's really quite amazing.
I think he'd be pleasantly surprised, and I think he'd be very humbled knowing that what he started is making such an impact in the research community for brain cancer patients across, not only in Texas now, but across the country.